Hi guys, welcome to the video. My name's Derek, also known as Tap Peddler, and today I'm working on my derelict barn to turn it into a business warehouse. And today's the big day where we start putting panels on the other side of the barn. I've already done the first side. They're at the back. I'm going to put the panels on there. So the panels are all here laid out ready. Just got to put them on. So I've got a bit of help today. I've got my son Adam around there to help. So hopefully we'll do a little bit today. I've got the flashing to put on, and I've got the ridge to think about as well. So we're going to do as much as we can today, and then we're going to do a bit over the course of the next few days. So yeah, let's see what we can get done. Okay, it's the end of the day now, and we've managed to get 3 panels on and the flashing down the side there, so that's all watertight. I was going to do that at the end, but I thought it would be a lot easier if I reached over once that first panel was on and put the flashing down the side. Quite pleased with it. So that's all done. I had to trim the very end of the panel off, but that's okay. Let me show you. Okay, so if you look at the first panel, which is basically there, the wall isn't perfectly straight, so it's touching the wall there, and there's quite a big gap at the top. So the flashing covers all of that. But that means the roof is really straight. And it's aligning with the ridge which is at the top, and that's all secured in place now. And I've got my bottom part which is aligned to where I worked it out with the string and the measurements. As I've said before, the barn isn't straight, so the end of the roof, as you can see here, there's quite an overlap. Wind goes there, so there's quite an overlap there, so the gutter's going to have to sort of sit out here, but over down there where it sort of goes out a little bit, it's going to be quite close to the wall. So a bit like the other side, it's like an average, so it seems to work out quite well from my measurements. And it's quite difficult here because we've got to make sure it's level at the bottom, but we've also got to make sure it's level at the top, so it connects to that ridge panel as close as I can get it to the other side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the other side perfect. That's going to be perfect, and then I'll do my best on this side, because obviously this is the back. But so far it's managed to be perfect on both sides, and that's 3 panels. But we have got another 20 to do, so, and this is quite uneven here, but I think it should be okay. Touch wood, it should be okay. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with the progress today. I'm pleased that I don't have to go back up there. Basically I'm putting the ridge on as I go, and that's working out quite well as well. So yeah, so we've basically got this to do over the course of the next few days. So that's the 4th panel on. Bolted up. That's the 5th panel up. Still going really straight, and it's still aligning with the ridge as well, which is good. The next one's going to go up next, and then I'll have to add another ridge panel to the top. As you can see here, you can see the ridge at the top. That's all in place now, right up to, there's basically 2 ridge panels on there, 3 meters each. So I'm fixing them on this side first, and I'm doing one every time each time I go. And I'm making this side pretty much perfect. So this is the side that's going to have the most traffic sort of things, like the front of the barn. So I'm really pleased with that, how that's looking. And as you can see, the edge looks quite nice up there as well. So yeah, really pleased with it. 6th panel. That's the 6th panel just on, and that's the ridge from the top view. So it is starting to just sort of push out here, but hopefully it will still be okay. I'm trying to keep it attached to the tops of the ridges here. You can see it's the main important that this roof is the best, because this one is at the back of the building. So far it's coming along well, but still got a fair bit to do, and I'm fixing it as I go. It does stretch over it quite well. Just sort of push it down at the end, and it's looking quite good, I think. That's the 7th panel on. This is the view from the front of it up to here, and the ridge tile's still looking pretty good. It's still exactly on the same place on the tile all the way along. Okay, it's starting to get pretty dark in here now. As you can see, that's the last bit of light that's coming through. Of course, I've still got these big open doors here, but let's just forget they're there, because I'm going to get those filled in pretty quick. Yeah, I think I need to get some lighting in here, because it's starting to get a little bit dark, and I'm going to want to start to work on the flooring area pretty soon. So I've bought some lights from eBay. They're LED strip lights, and I bought 20 of them, and I'm going to put a couple up here, probably 3 maybe along the top, and then once I've got the shelving in, I'm going to have strip lights on each sort of aisle. And what I'm probably going to do is wire them up. So I've got 3 individual switches, maybe half the barn on one switch, the other half on the other. Maybe not, maybe just put all on one, I'm not sure. Maybe because it depends on what I'm getting out. I'll probably just put it all on the one switch. But then the top ones, I'm definitely going to put that on a separate switch, because I won't often be going up there. So yeah, that's the idea there, and the 20 should give me plenty. Any left over, I actually need one for my other garage. The storage I've got now, one of those has gone out, so I need a new strip light in there anyway. Plus I'm going to be renovating in there soon, so yeah, I'll use them even if I don't use them all in here. But yeah, 20 on eBay, came to about £160 odd, something like that, which isn't too bad, I thought. All LED, so I've just got to get the wiring put in, coming into the barn, and then I can start putting those lights in. So I'm now out at the back of the barn, clearing as much of this overgrowth as possible so we can get access to put the panels up. So I've cut down a lot of the weeds, just trampled them down. Hopefully that will be enough to be able to get past, because all this area where we cut down the trees have just shot up the last couple of months. So yeah, so that we've got that amount to do, so we just need to get in this area here. So I think what I should have really done in hindsight is spray all this with weed killer, but I didn't, but that's done now. Just got to concentrate on dealing with what I've got. So I think that's more or less ready. It's the best I can really do. So hopefully by the end of the day, most of those panels will be up there. Wish us luck. This is the progress now. I think we're down to the last 3 panels maybe. It's very, very hot working on this. See here, this is the end bit where it's quite packed out. It is starting to run down slightly. I'm having to adjust the slats and I'm putting on the ridge. The ridge starts to really be not, it's okay, but it would be better if it had an inch or so extra on it just to cover the panel a bit more, but it'll be fine. I've got the membrane underneath as well. Yeah, so we're making good progress. I think there's I reckon 3 more panels. And hopefully I won't have to cut a last one. We'll have to see about that. And I've got to do the flashing down here, put the trim panel over the concrete. Still got to do that. Yeah, pretty pleased. There's quite a gap for the gutter. You can see running along, it does stick out quite a bit, so I'm gonna have to create some sort of box section. Also need to chop off the old soil pipe, just so I can get the panels across. When I do sort out this old bathroom, it's basically going to be a utility room in the kitchen area. I'll fit a new one anyway, so I'm just going to chop it off just enough so I can get the panels on and the guttering on, and I'll deal with that when I actually come round to doing it. So all this piping here, it's all going to get replaced anyway, so that's not really a big problem. Yeah, pretty pleased with how it looks. Right, so we've now finally reached the last panel. And this is going to be quite an awkward one. Let me show you why. It's got to tie into the edging panel that I've fitted. It's got to look into this one here, but it's also got to overlap here, so I'm going to have to cut it. I think I'm going to cut it from the second piece of tile, so it will basically fold there at the tile, and then this one will continue to go down and just come along here. I think that will work. So there'll be like quite a big fold here, but I think that will look the best, I think. And then obviously the water will then run down the flat roof into the gutter down there. Quite pleased with the way I've managed to get this trim panel onto the concrete again. It's covering up all the horrible mess that's behind, and once the flashing is on, it will be completely watertight. But yeah, I've got to deal with this. So basically what I'll be doing is making sure that I cut it in the right place. That's the last panel on. As you can see, done the flashing and I've cut the tile, and it just rests on the top there. So what I've done, I've cut here all the way up, and the flashing tape will cover this. I haven't done that yet. The flashing tape will cover that and create a seal. I've also cut here Now I need to trim this out. I need to put a panel, bit of metal panel down there, so that's all hidden, trimmed out nicely. And I think I'm just going to leave this tile sort of resting there, because the water will just run down and then run onto there, and it just rests there, and I think that's probably best. So it more or less matches where I've done that one as well, and I can put the flashing tape across here to finish it all off. And there's plenty of fall here for the water to go. So I think my plan is to basically leave that like that. The gutter will run along there, that's all fine. You can see where I had to cut it to bring it up. That worked out quite well. I did actually run out of space at the top there, so I had to just add a little bit of metal just over the top of the ridge tile there, or underneath rather, so the water will run off. And I don't think you can notice it too much from the bottom, so I'm not going to lose too much sleep over that. But yeah, that was just the last panel. It was just a little bit too running down a little bit too much towards the end. So yeah, the next job now is to get the gutters sorted on the back here, and also finish off the flashing. I've got to put the flashing on there. But yeah, pretty pleased with it. So thanks for watching, guys. Give me a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.